Hi, it's Therese in Lostinpaper, and I'm here today with another card in my Cards for Men Using Images series. And I've got this cool cat from Penny Black, and he's exactly that. He's from a set that's called Kool Kats. And this little fella is surfing, and I thought it'd be fun to do him with a kind of watercolour, cartoony technique, which would be fun on a masculine design. So I've stamped him out with some Ranger archival jet black ink and onto the smooth side of some watercolor cardstock, and I'm using a set of Tombow Dual Brush pens, and these are from the Bright palette. It's the only set that I have of these pens, so I'm going to kind of stretch them and challenge myself and see if I can make it work to get the colors that I want. So I'm literally just adding water to my cardstock before I bring my colour over. I've used a block just to draw my colours, and basically then I can just use my wet brush to pick up the colour, and I'm either mixing it on the actual block or mixing it on the cardstock a little bit as well, and that just gives that sort of watery effect. And by mixing the blue and the green, I'm getting kind of a teal, ocean colour. The colour I like the ocean to be anyway. So the other colour that I was a bit concerned about creating was the brown. I wanted my cat to be brown, and one of the ways you can create brown, because there's none in the Bright palette, is to mix purple and yellow together. So that's how I get the brown on my cat, and I'm actually mixing that on my block and then bringing the colour across to the image. And not really happy with the very first layer of colour, but it doesn't matter, it is only the first layer of colour. I'm not mucking around here, I'm just keeping it very simple colouring and coming back and adding more and using the orange to add some highlights, and I really like the way he turned out. Overall, I kept the image really simple. I just wanted that kind of cartoon look, and I didn't want to overdo it. So I've had a little bit of shadow and highlights, but not much really. And this is all from one little set of pens. I think I'm going to have to get more sets, so don't tell anybody. Okay, next I'm going to work on the sort of window portion of my card, and I have this die set called Love to Travel, and it has the word hello embedded into the actual window, and I've cut that out once in some black cardstock, and I've got another piece of grey diagonal design paper, and I've cut it the same size as my card front, and I'm going to cut the same window from that because I want to inlay it into the window. And initially I was going to be just adhering it flat down onto my image, but I kind of changed my mind. I decided that I wanted it to sit up, like that would have been much easier just to adhere it straight down, but no, I decided not to. And because this is a fairly intricate die, I thought one of the easiest ways to get it all to hold together was to use a piece of acetate on behind the window. I'm not actually making a shaker card as such, but I'm just using the acetate, as a window, I suppose. I've got my matte medium, and I'm adding just a smaller amount of glue around the actual die cut window, and then some more onto the design paper as well. And then I can just hold that in place with a block until it's dry. And then once that was dry, I added some fun foam to the back using some score tape, and I have taken it pretty much to the edges of the design paper because it's not a very strong design paper, and I was too lazy to add some cardstock behind it to hold. And then I can just lay it over top of my image and adhere that in place and cut off the edge of the scrap piece of watercolour cardstock. So I wasn't happy with how the top left corner of my inlaid die cut was looking, so I have a sentiment set called Happy Snippets, and I'm just looking to see which one would go with this image and with the hello sentiment as well. and I went with the OMG. I thought it was fun. And I'm going to just white emboss this on some black cardstock. I was originally going to add a sentiment from this set onto the front of the panel, just stamped beneath the actual die cut hello. But so if you have a look, it's just a bit thinner in that top corner. I didn't inlay it very well. I probably would do it differently if I did it again. I think it's because I did it all upside down. But what I'm doing here is I'm just adding some black foam squares behind the back to pop that up on the left hand corner to take your eye away from the mistake. And that's my card done. Thanks for joining me today. I've had heaps of fun. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.